This game is intended for mature audiences and contains graphic depictions of horror, explicit violence, suicide, and other disturbing imagery. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Roll for Library Use.
Shh, this is a library, Mots. Use your library voice.
I'm sorry.
No, not your actual voice, Mots. Use your library voice, you know, where you kinda sound like you're shouting, but doing it quietly.
I'm sorry. Roll for library use and now take the negative. Yes, that means roll the 10s die twice and take the lower roll. That's Call of Cthulhu if you didn't know. Anyway.
Close enough. Penalty die would be what you'd be getting, but still.
Don't correct me.
I run Call of Cthulhu, in case you were wondering.
Yes.
So we were doing the worst part of any detective novel, the research. I actually love doing research sections in, like, investigation games, well, they're, like, video games or, you know, tabletop games. But it is, like, one of the funniest things to think about that, like, Kathy is just gonna spend the entire afternoon looking at newspapers.
It's fun. Oh wait, there were some notes that was left for me, right?
Yes, the next victim we're looking for is Eric Holloway, who died on the full moon of last month.
Full moon of last month? Seems like they're getting faster or closer together. Okay, so.
And the one before him is Rose Taylor. She died in February, but we don't have a date.
Okay. Well, let's start
this
with
should be the right
Eric.
date. Let's see here.
Prominent suicide morphs into homicide. Initially reported as suicide, the death of Eric Holloway on March 12th has been officially reclassified by the KPD as a homicide. Since this public death occurred, multiple reliable witnesses have come forward claiming that the victim was pushed off of the roof of the building at 4 Vernet Street. However, there are no detailed descriptions of the perpetrator, likely due to the limited illumination of the roof area at night. Holloway led a quiet and simple life working as a mailman. Oh, that's sad. And is said to have been well liked by his peers. However, there are unverified reports of mental health problems related to the death of his fiancée last year. Oh my gosh, this guy was having a bad time.
Yeah.
Police sources told us that there are links to the brutal motel stabbing of Nurse Taylor on the Statehood Day.
Statehood Day?
So are all these murders taking place on events of some variety? Like this was a full moon.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Like full moon, Statehood Day, anniversary of a book's release.
So they're kind of stretching events.
Yeah.
Okay. But we're reluctant to share further details of an ongoing investigation.
On to the side there, we see a note about the Cyber Shack raid. It's kind of fun to see these stories continue having... because they're newspapers reporting on the news. So it's like, oh, and in the next newspaper after this one, there's a report about, like, you know, the police getting, like, spam called as a consequence.
I like that this is all filled in. You can just read this. The creative protest for classical arts. Obviously unrelated to the case.
Likely unrelated to the case.
Likely. This might come later.
I have made a list of possible clues that might come up later, but are unlikely to.
Have you? Oh, you have. Mine closing in May. Dock strike
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Alfred Dead Ends Meet Jenny Payne.
Oh, Jenny those Payne? Were books.
Oh, cool. Unbound Autobiography, Lone Star. Amusement Park, I remember that. Thorns of the Wild is a book. Wade Industries, New Factory. Interesting.
Yeah. And we might be able to look up some of those books.
Yeah.
At the computer. I don't know if they'll have anything important, but it might be fun to see if they have anything on them.
You never know. Grim Fall Under the Full Moon. On Thursday, March 12th, roughly 8 p.m., a 32-year-old man leapt from the roof of a 4-story apartment building on Verdant Street, instantly killing himself on the pavement below, making a grisly spectacle for neighbors and bystanders alike. Friends and neighbors claim that the victim had struggled with the death of his girlfriend, but no suicide note had been recovered. Events like this reiterate that mental health and grief counseling should be a national concern, with more resources available for vulnerable people in crisis. If, national hotline, available 24/7, that's great.
Oh, hey, hang on. Wade Empire Heiress takes over Wade Industries.
Oh, it's Wade Empire thing.
The Wade Empire, the Wade, the factory that was, noted was from Wade Industries. Charles Wade was a character that we met in Kathy Rain 1.
Was he the old guy who knew our grandfather,
yes.
Kathy's grandfather, and he was dying?
Yes, he's very old.
Has he stepped down or did he die?
He stepped down. From late stage Alzheimer's.
Oh yeah. The choice of Erica Wayne is unconventional, primarily due to her lack of management experience. I mean, it could just be nepotism there.
It's probably nepotism.
Pass it down to the heir, the person next in the family, that kind of thing. I mean, maybe she'll be a good, leader. You don't know. We don't know her, Mr. Newspaper.
Yeah.
Did I just gender the newspaper? I'm sorry, newspaper.
Okay, so we do need a date to look up for Rose. Statehood Day, I believe, was what it was.
Oh, yeah. Let's try to find...
It's February.
Statehood Day. Let's go. Wait.
Yeah, write down the clues.
Eric's address isn't too far away, but I should learn all I can here before I visit any of the crime scenes.
Oh, that's good.
Coming up last, the very first victim of the Soothsayer.
Okay, so February, Statehood Day. There we go.
Yes, this should be the right date. Let's see here.
Okay.
Satanist responsible for motel slaughter? Oh, boy.
What? A brutal stabbing occurred at the Azure Sky Motel on February 5th. And our sources now say that there is an occult angle to the killing, but some sort of artifact left on the scene. They're talking about the mirror.
Yeah.
The husband of the victim was briefly detained but released a day later. Law enforcement claims that he remains a person of interest, however, and confirmed that the cause of death was multiple stab wounds to the chest.
Okay, so, the cause of death seems to be changing too, right?
It does change a couple different times, yeah.
Interesting.
So we had stabbings, we had pushed off a roof, we had burned.
Burned alive, actually.
Yeah.
That was...
Hung.
Yes, hung.
I don't think we found out how the author died.
It may not be released yet.
Yeah.
Depending on, how recent that was.
Very.
Kassidy's art funding conundrum. Okay, so this was from the last one, too, so,
Yeah.
It's caused protests to happen. Union leader ousted amid mafia allegations.
Well.
Edvard Clare, is that you?
Let's see. Hacker disrupts traffic system. That's obviously going to then lead into the crack down on the cyber-like cafe.
Mm-hmm. Most importantly, the KPD added a new canine unit.
Yes.
Okay, Motel
murder mortifies management.
Alliteration.
Yes.
I love alliteration. Oh, look, cigarettes. What year is it? 1998.
On February 7th, Rose Amanda Taylor, age 47, was found dead by Robert Tippett, the owner of the Azure Sky Motel. Taylor had been stabbed to death by an unknown perpetrator. Blood everywhere, like a goddamn butcher room, Tippett says, wide-eyed, and continues to emphasize that this city is going to hell. You go ahead and print that. We had one single murder. The city's going to hell.
Well, you don't know they're having one single murder. They're about to have a bunch more, but
Neighbors report hearing a commotion from the room, but that was apparently a regular occurrence. Tippett, I feel like this is on you. So no one went to investigate. Taylor is survived by her husband and 2 children, who have declined a request to be interviewed. Husband was briefly detained, but is no longer considered a suspect. If you have any information, contact the KPD.
I just noticed on the side here, is Deborah Sinclair our victim?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. Let's read this. Deborah Sinclair saw a massive turnout for a recent book signing event where fans were lined up for hours to get a brief moment with the popular author. Recent novel, Midnight and Me.
Yeah.
I don't think that's been written down. Yeah, let's write that down.
Captured the hearts of readers nationwide, and the event held at Kassidy's legendary bookstore, Pages and Tales.
Pages and Tales.
Not only highlighted Sinclair's rising popularity, but underscored the city's growing literacy scene.
Right. Interesting. Okay, we also got a location. I don't know.
Sorry, literary scene.
Literary.
There's a microphone in my way.
It's okay. Now you know how I feel.
Yes.
Dreamers Express tickets sold out. It's a bus. Okay, it's a bus. I was like, what is Dreamers Express? Okay.
Okay, so interesting though.
Peppermint cigarettes. Cinnamon cigarettes. Oh, it's lavender, peppermint, and cinnamon?
Yes.
Interesting. All right.
That should be everything on the microfilms. I think I'll continue to focus on gathering information today and then head to each of the murder sites tomorrow.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's use this computer. That's okay. I think we got this. Let's use the computer. Okay, so let's look up some books. You tell me what the books are, and I'll type them in.
Let's see. Dead Ends Meet. There we are.
Okay. 6/16/1995. Fairly recent. A couple years ago that published. Distant, lonely couple falls in love after meeting in a vivid shared dream. The pair becomes obsessed with reuniting in the real world, whilst opposed at every turn by Mr. Clock, a mysterious and ruthless adversary.
Interesting.
What was the name of the guy from the end of the last game? It was Mr. something.
It was the man in red.
Oh, it wasn't Mr. at all. It was the man in red.
He might have had another name, but he didn't have much to go off of.
Listen, everyone. I if I remember something wrong, it's gonna happen. Lots of things have been going on, and also, play a lot of games, so.
Jenny Payne.
Jenny Payne! This one's great. I love this little joke here. I think that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah. There was 3 of them, right? It was a trilogy.
Okay, so this one's actually older.
Yeah.
85 here.
Jenny Payne, a traveling magician and illusionist, solves crimes around America using deduction and trickery.
That's interesting. That's cool. Okay.
Second chapter in Jenny Payne's saga brings her to Europe to investigate her family's mysterious and dark past. The stakes are higher than ever, with Jenny Payne locked up in jail and framed for murder. Can she escape, clear her name, and stop the murderer from killing again?
I'm a little concerned about that one, not gonna lie.
Unbound. This is the autobiography.
So this was a year ago. Oh, right, because 2 years ago. Is it 98?
98.
Oh, okay.
This is 2 years
Should we
ago.
be writing down any of these publication dates?
I will definitely be writing them down
in post.
In post.
Okay.
Deborah Sinclair's long-awaited autobiography outlines the author's tumultuous life and rise to the worldwide prominence. The book takes the form of a series of interviews by Sinclair's longtime friend and colleague, Stephanie Collins. Stephan. Can I have my pencil?
No, you can't have your pencil. It's not allowed here. Stephan Collins might come up again, for sure. Has Stephan Collins written anything else?
I'm not sure if...
Wait.
Can we search by person?
Let's try Deborah first. Yes. Yes, we can. Afflicted.
Must be. Okay, so... And it's also...
The other ones.
Yeah. So let's start with Afflicted.
Kiona Thunderheart, a Native American tribeswoman and daughter of the chief, is forced to hunt down and kill her own father after he becomes possessed by the Wendy and threatens their whole village.
Okay. Evermore? Have we checked that one?
Sad nevermore, baby, I'm sure it's for the better. Hannah's dating life has been a whirlwind of charm and mystery. Every man she meets seems perfect, yet something is strangely askew. You never see askew used. That's nice. Beneath their different faces and personalities, there's an inexplicable familiarity that she can't seem to shake. As Hannah tries to piece together these patterns, she begins to question not only her choices, but the very nature of men drawn to her.
Concerning.
That's concerning.
The Guidance.
The Guidance. That's from 78.
For the sake of mental clarity, David Walker leaves a successful business behind to retreat to a remote forest cabin. At first, the solitude is healing, but soon strange instincts take hold. It is as if David's mind is being reshaped by something primal and deeply unfamiliar. Are these sensations the echoes of an ancestral memory, the onset of madness, or the influence of an unseen force? As line between reality and delusion blurs, David starts to feel an undeniable magnetic pull to the local caves. Truth he uncovers there could lead him to a darkness older than humanity itself.
Interesting. This was the longest one, I think.
Yes, longest synopsis.
Interesting.
So we've seen Storm Chaser. Thorns of the Wild is being made into a movie.
Oh.
Or was being made into a movie, at least.
Three estranged friends are compelled to reunite in their hometown to confront the haunting memories of their childhood. Soon, questions arise. Was the old gardener lady that Nettles truly a witch? What actually happened to the fourth member of their group, 8-year-old Johnny P., mysteriously disappeared?
What happened when the fourth member of their group?
Sorry. The truth is darker than any of them can imagine, and then they will all come to learn the true reason why they were summoned here.
Interesting.
And we saw Unbound.
Yeah.
So hang on. What was this guy's name? Stephan something?
Stephan Collins.
Okay, is Stephan Collins written anything? Unbound the Mauve Affair. 1990.
Stephan Collins' award-winning depiction of a botched bank robbery told by a group of unreliable narrators. This captivating story about a bank robber, a nurse held hostage, a journalist, and a hostage negotiator. Collins masterfully weaves his twists and turns, always keeping the reader on the edge of their seat. Though never officially confirmed, the Mauve affair has been rumored to contain ghost-written chapters by several other authors.
Interesting. So, this seems actually important, though.
Good possibility.
This odd notation seems important. So I would presume this is saying to us, the player, that Deborah might have ghost-written.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And the first thing that immediately comes to mind would be that Stephen Collins is the killer and is killing off all of his ghostwriters.
Oh.
However, that is a shot-in-the-dark, completely absurd thought.
That would be very funny if you got that right.
Basically nothing.
Kathy Rain developer, God damn it!
I think that's all of...
It seems to be all of our written story stuff. Was anything... Okay, no, this will not work. No. Nah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we need book title or author's surname.
Yeah. Were any of these written recently?
91, 95...
80, 79, 78, I mean, 85, 89, 93, 87, 83,
96. Unbound is the last one. Most recent.
Okay. Because we can't look them up in this calendar, I don't think.
I think we'd have
microfilms
to
containing images
physically go to a
papers.
date to look them up on the microfilm.
I don't think I need to bother with the calendar anymore.
Okay.
Okay, well, we got more research to do.
We can ask the librarian more questions now, I suppose.
That's
if
true.
We look,
that's
should
a good
use
point.
the computer.
Hey, Mr. Librarian. Mr. Librarian?
One more thing.
Like,
yes?
12 more things, actually.
Oh my gosh.
We also have newspapers we can show him.
Wonderful.
What do you know about Jane Doe, the fourth Soothsayer victim?
Apart from Deborah Sinclair, I can't offer much insight on the Soothsayer victims.
What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Not much, unfortunately. They're not within my area of expertise.
Could you imagine this is a random NPC-ass librarian? And not saying that librarians are NPCs. I'm just saying, like, this is not meant to be a main character, or a major character, just being walked over and just be like, hey, what do you know about the murder?
Yeah.
What do you know about scrying mirrors? If I was that librarian, I'd just be like, why are you asking me?
We're in the library.
Go read about it.
Do you know anything about the King of Kings Catholic Church?
I'm not familiar with that church, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. This like one librarian just like, why are you asking me these questions?
Are you familiar with the Azure Sky Motel?
I'm afraid not.
What's this?
I don't know. Hint button, maybe?
I don't want a hint button.
I don't see a reason to show him those. I'm sure he knows more about Deborah Sinclair than me. The microfilms were a great help. I got these nice prints out of them.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you found them useful.
So I assume, like...
It's probably going to be the same thing for all of those.
The microfilms were...
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh,
okay.
Perfect.
That's to see what we can click on.
Oh.
Thanks. I'll come back if I have more questions.
Alright, hang on. Can I actually look
Good
up
luck.
books? Am I allowed to look up books?
A bunch of magazines.
Oh, not if you click on the
Mostly celebrity
magazines.
gossip, it looks like.
If I type in scrying mirror... No result, okay. Okay.
Hey, so do we have anything left to do? Open our journal. Should be the little checkbox.
Follow up on
I
clues.
think I'll look into that church next, the King of Kings. There was no mention of an address for it in the newspapers.
So, how do I do that?
Right, so,
There are phone books nearby? I don't think I can look it up on the computer meant for books.
probably not, but
Can I go to the office and do that?
we might be able to go to the office.
Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe
You can rent one of those if you lack a fixed address.
Hang on. Maybe that's what it wants me to do. It wants me to go home.
I wish that we could move with
Mossad.
Mossad or the arrow keys or something. Mostly for these very long screens. Okay, so we got some new locations, but we'll go to them tomorrow.
Yeah. Let's go here. Back home. Home sweet home with our sweet cat.
Phone book.
Phone book. Whoopsie. Okay.
Okay, so King of Kings.
Right.
Great. I've got the address to the church. I'll head over there tomorrow.
Perfect. Let's get the motel,
I
unless
think
that
it's
was
time
already
to see
there.
what I can find about the Azure Sky Motel. It's likely in this phone book here.
That's, yeah, I was about to say.
Probably also try
Got the
any
number?
of the.
I'll call first and see if a visit makes sense.
Probably
Yeah.
also check to see if any of the victims are listed in the phone book.
Good idea.
God knows I have to be careful with those last drops of gas left in the bike.
Okay, let's look up the victims.
No dice. Hardly a shocker, she was a celebrity.
Yeah, that tracks. Well, Jane Doe's not going to be in
Yeah.
there.
Nope, nothing. Maybe I'll have more luck with the church. I have his address already.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that's right. It's up
Yeah.
Nope. Lots of Taylors in there, but no Rose. I guess that makes sense, seeing as how this phone book was issued a couple months after her death.
Okay, so a very recent phone book too. So.
Good to know. Let's look up the Soothsayer's Gang.
Oh, look, the Soothsayer has their phone number and address. How have the police not noticed?
No, it's not. I was gonna be like, it would be interesting to look up like see if there's any actual psychics that are listed in the phone book. But it probably would be one not in there, but to like a false lead on that.
Yeah, definitely. So if we want to call a number, we need to use the phone then.
Thank you for calling the Azure Sky Motel, your oasis in Kassidy. How may I help you?
Hi there. This is Kathy Rain from Rain Investigations. I have some questions.
All right then.
Okay, Eric, right? Although it's grayed out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do.
Well, actually,
What do
no,
you know
Rose
about
was
the
found there.
Soothsayer?
Rose was found there.
I know more than I'd like to. I could have gone without a close view of his handiwork, that's for sure.
I can imagine. A brutal stabbing, I take
That's
it?
right.
No offense, but I'd rather not go over that again. It's all in the papers, if you're so dead set on getting all the gory details.
So, I hear that one of your tenants was murdered back in February? Rose Taylor.
That should have been the first thing
No
I said.
shit. Here I
No
got
shit.
the boys in blue ransack this whole place just for shits and giggles.
That happens more often than you'd think. Come on, man. Help a girl out.
Sorry for the attitude, but you're the umpteenth person to ask about that, right?
Yeah.
I bet.
I get that, so how about we stick with the short version?
Fine. No, I don't know anything that isn't in the papers. No, you can't see the room. It's rented out. And even if you did go in there, there's nothing that the cops or cleaners haven't removed since friggin' February.
It has been months.
Yeah.
Understood. So, what about the next of kin? She had a husband, right?
Yeah, he came by later to pick up the personal effects. I just met the guy for a few minutes.
Did you catch his name?
I did, but I don't think he'd appreciate me giving out his name to some random lady on the phone. No offense.
I am a bit offended, actually. I'm not some random lady. I'm a licensed private investigator, and a renowned one at that. Ever hear of the Whitmore affair?
Oh. Snap, snap, snap.
That does sound familiar.
Well, that was me. Now, here's a friendly piece of advice. Choose the path of least resistance.
I will break into your office if you don't.
I can be a much bigger pain in the ass than this Mr. Taylor, believe me.
All right, fine. It's Orson. Orson Taylor.
That wasn't so hard, was it? Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Alright, got an Orson Taylor.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about scrying mirrors?
Only that our psycho killer enjoys breaking them around his victims, but I have no interest in understanding a nut like that.
What can you tell me about your motel?
The Azure Sky is a long-time family business. We've been serving tenants faithfully for over 40 years now.
Oh, wow, quite a while. So, how many tenants do you have?
We don't keep records of the number of tenants, but we have 50 rooms of varied sizes. We're about 3/4 full, but expecting to be fully booked during tourist season in the summer.
Wait, tourists actually come to Kassidy? Somebody deserves a raise for one hell of a marketing campaign.
No patriot of the community, huh? That's a shame. This city has a lot more to offer than people like you give it credit for.
To each their own, I guess. What can you tell me about Orson Taylor, Rose's husband?
Nothing much. Like I said, I only saw the guy once, a week or so after the murder.
Okay. How do you seem?
Like you'd expect. Messed up. Couple of kids, too. Breaks my heart, truth be told.
So, if Rose was married and had 2 children, what was she doing in your motel?
Now that's the million-dollar question, ain't it? You'll get no answer from me. Even if I could keep track of all of our tenants, I don't make a habit of sticking my nose in their personal affairs.
Huh. Was she a regular then?
Not really, just a couple of bookings in January and February. Look, I think I've said enough. Any other questions? We need to wrap this up. I've got calls on the other line.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
That's
then.
all, thanks.
You're welcome. Have a great day now.
Just annoyed the hell out of that poor man.
Okay, this is gonna be weird, but...
Huh. I wish it was that easy.
See... Try to wrap this case up before we begin. That's hilarious. Like, my thought is look up, like, occult shops. Look up, like, soothsayers in, like, the community. Talk to them about what a scrying mirror is. Learn what a scrying mirror is. That was my thought there.
So we can look up Orson, though.
Oh, you're right. You are right. You are right. Let's look up Orson.
All right, found the husband's number. Here's hoping he's willing to talk to me.
Don't think he's gonna be too thrilled about this one.
Oh boy. Can't wait to dredge up these bad memories.
You've reached the Taylors. No one's home right now, but if you leave your details after the beep, I'll get back to you.
Okay, Kathy, this is very important. You've got to make a good impression and not have them not call you back.
Kathy, this is vitally important that you nail this first try.
Hi, Mr. Taylor. This is Kathy Rain, private investigator. I was wondering if I could ask you some questions. You can reach me at 555-142-062. Thanks in advance. Bye.
Okay, that wasn't bad.
Okay.
That wasn't bad.
Normal, professional.
I think I followed up on what I can today for each of the different victims. Just one thing left to do. I noticed that the Gazette had the best coverage of the Soothsayer out of all the city papers.
Okay.
I think it's time to pay a dear old friend a visit.
Dear old friend, do you say?
A dear old friend, you say? By dear old friend, what do you mean?
Is it Eileen?
Maybe it's... the
Gazette.
It is Eileen!
Yes.
All right, here we are. Let's see how E is doing.
Business cards were... Eileen. Eileen!
Hello, sunshine. How's my favorite Christian reporter?
Oh, what do you want, Kathy? I'm on a deadline here.
Oof.
Oh my gosh! Oh no!
How bad was this fight?
How bad was this breakup, man?
No small talk, huh? Can't I check in on a friend?
I wish, but we both know you only show up when you need something.
She sounds so tired and sad.
Yeah.
No.
What did you do, Kathy?
What did you do to Miss Sunshine and Rainbows?
Ouch. Well, I did have something I wanted to talk to you about.
Stop proving her right, Kathy.
Yeah.
Let's hear it then.
No. So sad. This is so sad.
What do you know about the Soothsayer?
The serial killer? But... oh no, it's that stupid reward, isn't it?
Okay, you got me. But listen. Bikes are expensive. Oh my gosh, is that the old, 90s screensaver with the pipes? I love that.
I think it is.
That's so fun. I love it.
You betcha. Money in the bank, baby.
Oh, brother. I'd say this is a terrible idea, Kathy, but it's not like you listen to me anyway.
Oh, come on, Eileen. Don't be like that.
This is depressing. This is actively the saddest thing I've ever seen in a game.
Yeah.
This is sadder than any amount of character death. Or anything. This is the saddest thing.
No, don't even go there. Do you know how many times I had to go to HR to get people to stop quoting that stupid song?
Poor old Johnny Ray sounded sad upon the radio.
Art, make her stop.
Why? It's not a half bad performance.
You guys are like peas in a pod.
Ugh, well, now I lost my groove. I hope you're happy.
Ecstatic. Are you done wasting my time now?
My heart is crushed. What did you do? What happened to you two? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. What's wrong? I mean,
And how can we fix it?
how can we fix it? The thing is, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a change of character because of what Eileen went through in the last game.
Yeah.
But we also know that they had a falling out. So I'm assuming a lot of this
falling out.
yeah. I'm assuming a lot of this is because of the falling out and not because she was probably traumatized. That's probably an element, though.
Yeah.
Oh, lighten up, E. Aren't you thrilled about another big case? Teaming up, just like old times?
Please?
You can't just pretend nothing happened, Kathy. You fired me, remember?
Why did you fire Eileen? Kathy Rain. Kathy Rain.
I'll unfire you?
Yeah, right. How do you even know you'll get that reward? This is Kassidy we're talking about.
I was thinking the same thing, but Lucas did his homework. He says this new mayor is the real deal.
That silly old man. He just wants one last case with his protege before retirement, even if it means you'll get yourselves serial killed.
And I'm all here for it.
And I'm okay with being serial killed. It's fine.
Of course you are. It's not like self-preservation is anywhere on your hierarchy of needs.
Can't argue with that. So, speaking of my, Needs. What do you know about Kassidy's most prolific murderer?
Not much. You should ask Art. He's much more up to date on that stuff, being our crime correspondent and all.
Okay. So he's probably the one who wrote a lot of this, I assume.
That makes sense.
But you know what? Any amount of time to talk to Eileen is good, so even if she's going to be sad and sass us and make me feel bad.
Yes.
What do you know about Deborah Sinclair?
She might know about the King of Kings, though.
Oh, hell yeah. Good point.
I like her books, but I don't care much for celebrity gossip.
So you're a fan, though?
Awful thing that happened to her, though.
Let's talk
Are you
about
familiar with the King of Kings Catholic Church?
I'm not. My family, we're Protestants.
Of course.
Did you just assume I was Catholic? I'm sorry, Eileen. I didn't know you were Protestant.
What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Hey,
Are you familiar with scrying mirrors?
I think so, yeah. You mean the black ones made out of obsidian, right?
correct.
Yep. What do you know about them?
Not a lot. I know they've been around since ancient times and that they're quite popular in New Age culture today. My friend Meadow is totally into that stuff. I bet she'd tuck your ear off about it.
Oh, can you give us Meadow's phone number? We'd
Yes.
love to talk to her.
Oh? Sounds great. Where can I find her?
Meadow is more of a...
Let me call her tonight and ask first, okay? She can be a bit peculiar about things.
I was gonna say, Meadow is not defined by any where. Meadow is a when. Meadow will find you.
Meadow will find you! I'm sorry for clicking too fast, by the way.
It's fine.
Sure. Not a problem.
We'll probably wrap up after talking to Eileen.
Yes, that
Then
makes
pester
sense.
Art next time.
What do you know about Benedict Townsend, the murdered deacon?
I don't know anything about that poor man.
Hey, you're a Christian. What does a deacon actually do?
Yeah, you're a Christian.
It depends on the denomination, but a deacon belongs to a church and can practically do the same work as a priest, with the exception of sermons and rites.
Interesting. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that much about the different, ranks.
The hierarchy.
The hierarchy in the priesthood, so that's interesting. With the exception of sermons, that's interesting.
Interesting. Thanks. What do you know about the woman who was burned alive by the soothsayer?
That I'd rather not think about.
Oh, nothing. I hope that horrible demon is caught soon.
Do you know anything about Eric Holloway, one of the soothsayer victims?
It's becoming more increasingly obvious Eileen didn't write any of those articles.
Yes.
Not really. I'm sure you know more about him than me.
What do you know about Rose Taylor, the first soothsayer
Gotta
victim?
exhaust all the options here.
She worked as a nurse, I think. Other than that,
Yes.
I don't know much.
Have you heard of the Azure Sky Motel?
That's where one of those serial killings happened, right?
Yeah.
Thought it sounded familiar. I don't know anything else about it, though.
Know anything about an Orson Taylor?
I don't want to ask her about that.
Valid. Okay. So,
I'll let you get back to your work.
All right, see you later.
we'll get her.
She acknowledges that we will be back.
Yes.
Unmistakably, we will be back.
Hey, Art, what's a synonym for disappointing?
Your outfit?
Now that's just mean.
Rude, Art. Rude.
Sorry, Summers, couldn't resist. Let me think. Disheartening, dismaying, dissatisfactory?
I think I'm looking for a stronger statement.
Then I'd go with depressing, distressing, or maybe demoralizing.
Demoralizing. Yes, perfect. Thanks, Art.
Thanks,
And,
Art. Demoralizing is exactly how I described that conversation we
Yes.
just had with Eileen.
We'll have to wrap up there.
Earth space is acting up again. what was that stupid short...
Hold on, Art.
Shut up, Art.
Oh, it's a scrying mirror. That's neat.
Oh, that's neat.
Well, that was demoralizing.
That was demo.
That was demo.
Demoralized. Sounds good. Well, I hope you've enjoyed. We'll be back with more Kathy Rain next time.
Yup. See y'all.
See ya.